Welcome to the 6th episode of Digging Up Positivity. This year starting a month where we are proud of our fandom and community. And to celebrate this wonderful colorful month, I am giving away one of these t-shirts. Details at the end of the video. Also, we have an interview with one of the driving forces behind Meat for You, Polka Spots. And of course, we have a whole bunch of charities, exciting news from the games industry and other uplifting news. But first, let's go to the charities of last month. First, we go to the bustling city of Las Vegas with a Las Vegas Furcon, where they raised $15,110 for the gender diverse and trans pride of Nevada, dedicated to fostering a community that is very supportive of all individuals, that they can thrive regardless of their gender identity. 638 wonderful critters at Furgeddaboutit raised $8,260.23 for Cedar Run Wildlife Refuge, a wildlife habitat that has been a vital force in their region for almost 70 years. Beepkitty started an impromptu charity stream for the Palestinian Children Relief Fund and raised $201.01 while playing Oblivion, raising money for this oh so desperate time for those Palestinian people. Good job, Beepkitty. From Canada, we have the awesome critters from Calfurry raising $7,262.96 for Furball Force, an animal society in Alberta, Canada, dedicated to improve the lives of all rescue and shelter animals, but focusing on animals that are the most likely to be overlooked due to age, special needs, or behavioral issues, as they deserve a forever home just as much. For many fuzzbuds from the United Kingdom, Confuzzled is the highlight of the year. Every year they flock together in Birmingham for an amazing time, and they raised $54,631.10 for the Saint Sled Dog Rescue, a non-profit charity dedicated to the rescuing and rehoming of Siberian Huskies and Alaskan Malamute breeds. Besides this world, the furry fandom has been quite active in the virtual world as well. And of course we have been raising money for charity there too. Furality Somna will be held early in June. However, they already raised over $15,000 for the Center, an organization dedicated to the LGBTQ+ community in the Orlando region in Florida. Every year, gamers around the world raise money for Extra Life, a fundraising program for the Children's Miracle Hospital, and of course the furries are a big part of that. This year they already have raised $1,833 and their biggest contributor so far has been Jesse Stringer, also known as Tango, a gay furry who promised to shave his head bald if he raised over $1,000 during the May head shaving incentive, and well, they raised $1,290. Congratulations with your new look. I'm starting to begin to think that there is a new trend going on. This month is Pride Month and therefore very important for many within the fandom, and it reflects in our charities. This year the total amount covered by this channel is $601,335.41, of which $129,208.31 have been raised for the LGBTQ+ focused charities like Antro Expo did with Pivot, or furthermore with Frederick Center. You all continue to make me proud, but most of all, so welcome and inclusive. In Mexico, the axolotl, one of the world's most endangered amphibians in the wild, seems to be thriving in artificial wetlands. Close to Mexico City, scientists have released 18 captive bred axolotls, and they did not just survive, they actively thrived. The scientists are very pleased with the results and see this as an cultural win as well, as the axolotl is seen as a part of Mexican identity. Recently, Fuga, Melodies of Steel 3 has been released by the Japanese video game developers CyberConnect 2, and this game does center around furry elements, as all characters are anthropomorphic. However, the story of the game goes deep and gets very dark, much unlike many Western games that are deemed furry, who generally stay on the all ages path, even many wonderful indie games out there. CyberConnect 2 has an impressive track record of contract work for Naruto, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, Dragon Ball Z and others over the years, but their own IPs feature a lot of furries, starting with their very first in-house title, Tail Concerto, from 1998. The CEO, Hiroshi Matsuyama, is very adamant that the decision to make so many furry games is his and from a portion of his team. Big influences from his use are SHerlock Hound, but also Tezuka's Kimba the White Lion. And he is devoted to make at least one major furry game every 10 years. While during the hiring process, not many are upfront about their love for furries, but in due time they do admit that they do like them. And Matsuyama really thinks that they can push them more into the mainstream, and I for one would love to see that. The fandom is exploding, and in the more recent years certainly, and we can use some more wonderful games like this to lead the way. Hello, and this month at Digging Up Positivity we have a very special guest from the Netherlands, from one of the big forces behind Meats for You. We have Polka. Welcome to Digging Up Positivity.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Could you tell a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I'm Polka Spots. I'm 23 years old. I've been a fursuit maker since 2018 and also been in the fandom since 2018. I just decided to do everything at once. I make toonie fursuits, sometimes a little bit of plushies here and there. And I go to a lot of conventions, as people might have seen. Also very active on social media with making funny videos and doing funny posts.
Oh yeah, I saw a lot of your videos together with that silly mouse Misdo. It's very adorable, but what kind of species are you? I could not really place it.
I'm a Manokid, at least Pax is a Manokid, because I'm Polka and the mascot of my business is Pax, of course. A Manokid is a species that's like made up by someone, I don't remember who, but it's a fox and shark hybrid technically. But it's an open species with some rules, so everyone can join. Just make your own. It's a very fun and cute species. Very adorable.
We had a laser fox before, but not a... Wow, this is completely new. I saw them at first, but at one point it was like they were everywhere. But everything has a beginning. How did you get to know the fandom?
How I got to know the fandom? Actually, it went all the way back to when I met Neo the Dutchie for the first time. Without me knowing it was Neo the Dutchie, but it was at a Halloween event, and she was wearing one of her old suits, a skull dog, I think it was. So it fit the Halloween theme. And I was intrigued by it because it was a skull dog, a skull-like animal with antlers, and I was like, oh, where did you get that? And she said, well, I made it myself. I'm like, wait, you made it yourself, but can you buy these things too? And she said, like, yeah, but it's very expensive. And then I was like, you're right, it is very expensive. I can make it myself. I'm skilled enough to do that. So that encounter also, kick-started everything with me making fursuits because I kind of found it too expensive to buy. Yeah, well, it's all because of Neo. If I never met her, then, maybe at some point I would have joined, but not at that point.
Well, Neo is one adorable Dutchie, and for the viewers of the channel, that is indeed the Dutchie that gave me those huge lenses that I could not fit in my eye. But yeah, about the fursuit. So you started to make fursuits, and was the price the only motivation, or did you? What attracted you to making fursuits yourself?
I've always liked cosplaying and dressing up, like for carnival. I was always the one making the costumes with my grandma, winning first prizes at the carnival contest for the children. So when I had the opportunity to make a costume like that, I was totally in for it as well. And now I think back of it, me and my mom once looked at a YouTube video to make like fursuit sock paws, and I just realized it then and there that it was like actual fursuit content, DIY that we watched and made when I was a child. So that was very fun.
That's really
Furry,
cool. Yeah. It almost sounds like you really became a big part in the fandom right away. And speaking of which, your influence in the Dutch furry fandom has only grown ever since. I mean, you are a major part of the organization Meets For You, and I'm wondering, how did you become a part of that?
Actually, kind of happened accidentally. Meets For You needed to be taken over, but Misto didn't really want to take all the load on herself, so she invited both me and Mavi as well to be the lead of Meets For You. So we're a team of 4, but of course we have a lot more members to help us out, because even 4 people is not enough to set up this amazing organization. So of course we have you as well, and many others.
And I am so happy to be a part of that. But for the people who just got to know Meets For You, can you explain what they are doing within the fandom?
Meets For You is kind of the representation of the Dutch furry fandom. We host local fur walks, we host meets, and we have information stands on various conventions in the Netherlands. Last week there was here no Comic-Con Holland, and in like a month, in June, we will be back at Heroes Dutch Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, we've been at Heroes of Dutch Comic-Con last year. It was absolutely crazy, and I've heard that you are the one that we need to thank for that, isn't it?
Yeah, I keep hearing that from both Mies and Maying as well, because well, it all started not with me, but with a different standee at Heroes Dutch Comic-Con, which is the guy of the beef jerky. So we all need to go to him, buy his beef jerky, and thank him for, giving us the opportunity. He is the one that gave me the phone number of the head of the dealer's den in Heroes Dutch Comic-Con. So that edition, that summer edition last year, I've been calling that man non-stop to have a meeting with me about the furry fandom, because he was interested. And after a while he couldn't ignore me or avoid me anymore, so he indeed planned a meeting with me. And we were talking for a while, even with Maying there as well. At some point Mies joined. At some point it seemed like it wasn't going anywhere anymore, because he wanted too big and we couldn't afford that and set that up. And then at some point Manita came as well into the picture, a different person at Heroes Dutch Comic-Con. And she gave us a green flag to do whatever we wanted to do, which was possible. And so we could set this all up. So within 1.5 months we had to switch back into, oh my god, we're gonna stand at Comic-Con, let's do this. So in 1.5 months we managed to fixed everything that was needed and put it out there.
And put it out there you did, because of the entire convention we had the prime location. When you entered Dutch Comic Con, the first thing you saw was our stand. And not just like if you look to the left, if you look to the right, no. If you enter the stage, it was right in front of you. It was the first thing you saw. And
Indeed.
that was just amazing. With all these beautiful moments that you created and that you helped create of the entire fandom, I have to ask you, what has your favorite moment been in the fandom itself?
The moment that stayed with me the most was when I was at a fair in the Netherlands, like a fun fair. And I was there on a Wednesday, which is usually the day that like disabled people or elderly go there, because the music and the lights are a bit less, so they have like their own little afternoon that they can visit the fair in peace. And I wanted to mascot actually there, like a mascot fursuiter. And I just got out of one of the attractions, and a father stepped up to me and said like, could you come with me, because my son is over there in the wheelchair and he is partially blind and he's fully deaf. He cannot see very well, like I said, but his favorite color is orange, because it's the only color he can actually distinguish from, you know, being blind. And I'm orange, so I went to him, and since that boy is blind and deaf, he feels the world around him. So I sat it down in front of him. He could see me, you could see him light up completely, and he was petting my fur, he was petting the soft pinky of my hand paws, and just feeling around the different textures of my suit. And it was just amazing, just seeing him light up because of just, you know, me. That was, yeah, amazing to see.
Oh, those moments are the moments you live for with suiting. It is so heartwarming to hear about this. And with all these wonderful experiences that you had, and as Meets For You, with all their information stands on the various conventions, you've heard this question a lot, and I'm going to ask this to you here as well. What are your recommendations for people who are interested in the fandom and want to join?
It's gonna sound cheesy, but I'm gonna say that what we're creating right now with the Meets For You is one of the best ways to get into meeting people. If you're new to fursuiting, finding makers, artists, or anything, finding friends, finding mutuals. Because when I joined, there wasn't such thing. I just had to figure it all out. Like, it took a few years before I got into the Dutch fandom because I was more online busy with the American one. So yeah, I think Meets For You is like a definite first step to make.
It is indeed a lovely step to take, and they even got their own website, meetsforyou.nl, and which contains the link to their Telegram channels and some information about the fandom itself. And with that, I would like to thank you for your precious time during this extremely busy moment in the year, and I look forward to work with you again on Dutch Comic Con.
Can't wait for it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for staying with us till the very end. I was going to tell you how to win this t-shirt. Well, leave a reply on this video. I will announce a winner in the next Digging Up Positivity, and of course, if you want one now, they are available in my artwork tee store linked below. And if you want to support me, I would love a like, a comment, or a subscription, but you can also attend my art stream every Monday from 8 PM till 10 PM Central European Time, or buy something from my artwork tee store, or become a channel member or supporter like these amazing critters. On Subscribestar we have Barre de Vloof, Cosmic with a K, Tarls, Manic Spectacle Cat, and on YouTube we have the following channel members: Rex the Warhorse, Joey and Mavi, Whiffer and Longtooth, and on Patreon we have Tantru McNally, Ishnula and Els Dekkers, and let's not forget the Twitch subscribers. We have Sarah the Mouse, Ethan, Susan Sloth, Martin W, Hansana Janssen, Laser the Shark Fox, Valconio, Light Nympha, Yabuyin, Droan the Star Bear, Svex the Mischievous Fox, and Jake RG. So much thanks to all of them, and you of course. We are heading into a lovely summer and convention season with full force, and I hope to see you next time at July the 5th.